Greetings, beloved, and welcome to the R-Spot Mailroom. I want to thank you for your many letters and questions. Now, in an effort to address as many of your inquiries as I can, I have created the Mailroom. These will be bonus R-Spot episodes, short, sweet, and to the point in response to the questions I receive. Each week I will choose a few letters and respond to them without using any identifying information. In this way, everyone can benefit as I address the many common issues I know are out there. So, if you have a question, you can send me a brief, and I do mean brief communication or video, to iyanlasfixins@gmail.com. Now, you know I can't get to every letter, but I will work through as many as I can week by week. Now, here's a tip. The more clear, concise, and to the point the letter is, the greater is the chance that I will get to it. So here's our first letter. It comes from a mother who is rebuilding the relationship with her children after a long and very difficult absence. She starts like this. Dear Iyanla, I am the mother of two, a 28-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter. I've been in and out of prison for about 25 years. I've also been a crack addict. Now I've been out of prison for 2 years, this time the longest I've ever been out of prison. Since I've been home, I've kept my own place and a job, and I've been able to offer financial assistance to my son and his 3 children. My problem is that my son does not respect me. He's always asking for my help, and whenever I say no, he curses me out, wishes me dead, and tells me to go to hell. I have done all I can do to show my son that I will do all that I can to make it up to him. I've cried, I've taken therapy, I have apologized about how sorry I am that I left him, but I cannot change the past. I'm trying to make the present a better place for us all. I just regained custody of my daughter from Child Protective Services, and I'm very proud of the life I have been leading. But my son makes me feel like smoking crack and just giving up for all the things he says to me. My daughter is a little defiant, but we're trying to recover our relationship. My son says he forgives me, but if I say no to his demand, he talks harsh to me, even in front of my daughter. However, I have no one, no friends, no one to talk to, nowhere to run. I don't know how to reach my son, and I don't know how to be a mother to him. I'm so broken inside, and I feel completely lost without the love of my son. Please help me. All I want is a better life. I know my children and I can have it. Whew, that's a lot. Well, beloved, this is a lot. So first, let me acknowledge you for being so honest and giving yourself permission to be vulnerable, to share this story with me and now with the world, even if they don't know who you are. It's also no small thing when a mother leaves her child for any reason. In your case, I want to remind you that drug addiction is a disease. And while it may have been self-imposed and possibly preventable, it is a disease. In other words, you didn't just abandon your children. You were sick. And as a result of your sickness, your children were abandoned. Now, I'm not exonerating you from your responsibility. I'm offering you a broader perspective that will hopefully support your healing. Now, I know this may be hard for you to hear and to receive, but I love you enough to tell you the truth. One of the greatest betrayals a child's heart can encounter is betrayal by the mother. Yes, you had a substance abuse problem. Yes, your incarceration was a product of the disease you were experiencing. However, do not expect your children to understand or accept that reality. In their minds, you chose drugs over them. In their minds, you abandoned them. In their minds, you betrayed their trust. In their minds, you abdicated your responsibility. In their minds, you should have known better, and whatever difficulties you experienced while you were diseased will always and forever be laid at your feet, because to your children, you betrayed them. Now, here's some good news. The same is true for all mothers. Children have a tendency to hold their mothers and their parents responsible for every ill they experience. It's normal, and it can and often does change as the children have children and mature through their experiences. Now, here's the not so good news. Beloved, you did abandon your children, and you did betray their innate trust. You have to own that, accept it, and forgive yourself for it. However, you need not hold yourself hostage to it for the rest of your life. You need not terrorize yourself with it for the rest of your life. You can forgive it within yourself, for yourself, and then create a clear image and vision of who you are going to be moving forward. From what you have shared, it seems that your son is holding you hostage to who you once were, and you are a willing participant in that terrorism. You are terrified that he will not forgive you. You are terrified that you cannot and will not make it up to him. You are terrified that if you don't do what he wants you to do, you will lose him. And as a result, you now have a terroristic relationship with your son in which you are a hostage. This will continue until you totally and completely forgive yourself. This will continue until you establish clear boundaries with yourself and for yourself. This will continue until you stop trying to buy your son's love. You cannot undo the past. What you can do now is forgive yourself and give yourself permission to stop being a hostage to your son's anger. Mothers, all mothers, come to the moment or the day when they realize they have to let go. Your son is 28 years old now. His healing is his responsibility, just as your healing was your responsibility. You have to do your work, and he has to do his work. His work is about healing his anger and the experience of betrayal in order to be able and willing to see you as you are today. Your work is total, unconditional self-forgiveness and creating clear boundaries based on who you are, not on who you were. So, beloved, my coaching to you would be to get a good, clear vision for yourself, your life, and your relationship with your son. Work toward that vision by knowing you are no longer an addict and that can never be true for you again. Help him financially because you can and because you want to, not because you think you can make up the past by buying his love now. Remember, you are the mama. If he cannot treat you well, if he cannot respect you, if he cannot do the work required to let you off the hook, let him go. You get to say how people treat you. If you let them punish you, they will. My experience has been, if you let them know you love them, if you set clear boundaries, if you let them go and let them know why, they will always come back. Kids are like that. Sooner or later, they always come home. Stay close to him, stay in touch with him, but let him know who you are today and what you require of him to be in relationship with you. You're the mama. I hope this helps. And that's it for this edition of the R-Spot Mailroom. See you next time.